Good afternoon. Welcome to a new update in a beautiful world where a new all-time high has been hit. And actually on the news about the inflation numbers in the US, which has been reaching a number we've not seen before, through which Bitcoin has been bouncing back up heavily today, while the indices have been showing some weakness. Initially they opened in red, but now they are also in the green. We're going to discuss Bitcoin and what's going to be expected from altcoins at this point. But most likely we're just discussing Bitcoin in this update. But before that, do not forget to subscribe beneath, like the YouTube update, and also do not forget to check out my Twitter and Instagram. I'm heavily active on social media platforms, trying to give you the latest insights in the markets and also trying to be sharing some cool content overall. So do not forget to check out those. If you want to trade alongside my portfolio, and we're going to release a staking portfolio relatively soon, do not forget to become a member through the website link beneath, which is 8global.com. Gold membership includes my entire portfolio, including way more content too, so do not forget to become a member. Looking at what we're going to discuss today, Pomp also tweeted about it. Everyone started to tweet about the price action today, but the actual news, as a matter of fact, that has been making some, that has actually granted the market to make movements overall, is the official inflation number for October just came in at 6.2%. A number that we have not seen before, a number that is very high, which means that if you have a job that is increasing by 2 or 3% a year, you are effectively losing money year by year. And this number of 6.2% might not even be true, given the fact that gas prices have been accelerating, given the fact that oil prices have been accelerating, given the fact that housing prices even went up by 17-18% year to year, which is an actual reason why Bitcoin and other assets have been accelerating. Simply put, by the fact that there's just more money in the markets, and when there's more money getting created in the markets, we see an exceeding number of acceleration of the markets overall, which as a matter of fact, or in turn, doesn't even say that you will be having actual return on investment when you're holding certain assets, given the fact that the money is just getting lower in value. So always keep that in mind if you're trading or investing, is that you have to outperform the inflation to actually make an impact to your portfolio. And actually keeping up with the inflation is keeping your purchasing power, and that's why you keep into any hard asset, and that's why you get towards sound money, and that is why you get towards Bitcoin, which has been bouncing up nicely today, as we can see in this chart. The bounce happened the moment that the news came out of the inflation being 6.2% in October year to year. So the actual bounce took place, which was crucial. And as you remember, we had a level that we should be getting to holding at this point, as when we're not going to hold that certain level, I was assuming we were going to get an actual impact downwards, and that was going to cause pain across markets, in which we were going to see heavier corrective movements all across the field, all across the markets, not only Bitcoin but multiple assets dropping down heavily, the entire total market cap, as a matter of fact. Nice bounce back up from this entire level that we wanted it to be holding, and that is giving me a view that we can still sustain the scenario that I've actually made previously. Going back from where we started, we wanted a retest of 59k, we did it. We hold there. We want to get a higher low going after that at 60k, we did that, we started going up. We granted ourselves a new all-time high, but we are not seeing any heavy acceleration yet, through which the assumption that we can get a scenario like this is still what's in the plan. Everyone is heavily focused on the fact that we were going into a bear market in the next few months already, but why should we? The total market cap is 3 trillion. That is still very low. The dot-com bubble was 10 to 12 trillion. The prices, people are expecting the price to accelerate heavily, then have one more alt season and then we're done. Why should we? Why can't we just grind up, have a longer lengthening cycle, top out, peak out next year around May, just like we have been doing in the previous run, and then have a bear market for 1 year, 1.5, and then we start over again? I don't see a reason why we should be topping out or peaking out relatively soon already. What I do see is that the actual impact or breakout that we're trying to make above the all-time high is constantly getting pushed back. So every break up is getting a rejection or a corrective move through which we are getting such a painful correction, or at least that is going to give us some more space before we're accelerating. Yes, we have been seeing a heavy expansion. Yes, we have been seeing some heavy runs here. But right now we're just consolidating. It's all depending on the coming days how it's going to work out, especially when you're looking at this weekly structure. It is very important to see continuation after breaking the all-time high. If we're not going to see that, we might be in for some more consolidation, and then the plan B model might be incorrect. I'm just shouting a few ideas. I'm not saying it's not correct, but at least this scenario is still on the field, in which I'm assuming if Bitcoin is going to hold that 66k level, I think we're going to grind all the way towards 75 and then potentially get a corrective move in which we retest the level at around 63k, which still has not been done. Looking at altcoins, and I'm going to look at a few, we did see a beautiful bounce yesterday, and now we're seeing some red numbers. If Bitcoin is going to continue grinding up, or at least accelerating upwards, the altcoins will have pain. You will see pain in the Bitcoin pairs as people are jumping into the Bitcoin train, and through that the Bitcoin pairs are still waiting for the actual run to be happening. So that means if Bitcoin is going to make that acceleration, altcoins will be sold off as people jump on. If Bitcoin grinds or stabilizes, we might be seeing some more strength. But even if Bitcoin is going to stabilize for 2 weeks or 3 weeks and then start accelerating, the exact same could be happening on the altcoins, through which we get back into the historical view that during December the best period is to buy your altcoin. And we can see it here as well. We've had a beautiful run in November of 2020 with Cardano, and after that a consolidation has been taking place. Ethereum against USDT, we can see that we're also making a new all-time high here. We are hitting the 1.618 Fibonacci level, can overshoot a little, but if we get into any period of consolidation or at least around the top, I think we're getting in the period where you want to start taking profits on Ethereum, as nothing goes up in a straight line, through which a retest around 4.1 to 4k is technically what I'm still expecting to see happening here on Ethereum before we can start accelerating, and then 6k is going to be the next target, and also 6k to 6.4k is the next target, and then we can start shouting numbers like 7.7 and 10k. So we're grinding up nicely here with Ethereum. We need to hold above 4.6. If that is not going to hold, we're going to get that corrective move. Also, Ethereum against Bitcoin is still fighting to hold support here, but given the strength of Bitcoin at this stage, we might be getting a deeper corrective move before we're going to make that breakout. And once we break out of this bullish pattern structure, which I'm assuming is going to take place during February to Q1 2022, then we're going to have an excessive heavy alt season taking place before this cycle is going to top out. Coming back towards Bitcoin, we can get a conclusion that we have got a beautiful breakout here, but we also get a conclusion that every test of the all-time high region is showing a little bit of weakness. So what we want to see, we want to see excessive strength in the coming period, or at least in the coming days in the beginning of next week, through which the weekly candles will be nice, through which we will be seeing strength here overall. What is the target zone for Bitcoin? 75k is still what I'm looking at. If that one is going to be going to be hit, I think I'll be taking profits, assuming that we at least will get some retest going. And after that, I still believe that we're getting into a lengthening cycle in which we'll be reaching a heavy top of the markets in the next year and not now, through which a crazy run is still about to happen. So that's the update for today. If you have enjoyed this, do not forget to subscribe beneath. Also, do not forget to like this update, and I'll see you again tomorrow with 2 fresh new updates.